I'm anywhere.
Washington Journal continues.
Betsy McCaughey served as the former lieutenant governor in the state of New York from 1995 to 98. She is the founder and chairman of the Committee to Reduce Infection Deaths. And joining us to talk about infections, particularly those in the U.S. healthcare system, healthcare-acquired infections. Thank you for joining us and giving us your time this morning.
I am thrilled with this opportunity because at RID we have so much information that we're eager to share with patients and families. So much you can do to protect yourself from hospital infections. And just to give you some idea of the size of this problem, Pedro, nearly 100,000 people a year, and that's a very conservative CDC estimate, it's probably quite a bit larger, die from hospital-acquired infections you get after you go into the hospital. And these infections are largely preventable, and that's why I founded RID. But right now, these infections kill more people than AIDS plus breast cancer plus auto accidents combined. That gives you some extent of the size of this problem.
When did you become first aware of it?
Well, ironically, when I was lieutenant governor, people came to me with many kinds of health problems. I got so much mail every day. People even sent me x-rays. But increasingly, it was this one version or another of the same problem. Letters saying, I took my mother to the hospital, or maybe it was my father or my brother or my child, and they contracted a deadly infection. So when I left office in 1998, I vowed to do something about it. I spent quite a bit of time reading in the journals at the medical library. There are several journals devoted exclusively to hospital-acquired infections. And it was clear to me that we have the knowledge to prevent most of these infections. What has been lacking is the will. And that's why I founded RID. And we're really patient-centered. We, of course, provide a lot of information to hospitals and caregivers, training manuals and videos. But our major focus is on putting in the hands of patients and families the steps they can take to protect themselves. Let me give you an example of what causes these infections. If I were to ask you, what is the single biggest factor determining who gets an infection? What would you say? Is it their age? No. Is it the illness that brought them into the hospital? No. Surprisingly, the single biggest factor determining which patients get an infection is the room they're assigned to or the bed they're placed in. If they're put in a room and a preceding patient had an infection, even weeks before, their risk goes way up because that preceding patient was discharged, but their germs weren't. They're still on the bed rail, on the over-the-bed table, on the privacy curtain, on the doorknobs, on the television monitor, on the call button next to your bed. So the obvious answer is that inadequate cleaning is a major cause of these infections. The Columbia School of Nursing did a study a couple of years ago that showed that if you're put in a room where the immediately preceding occupant had an infection, your risk goes up 583%. That's almost sixfold. And it doesn't matter whether we're talking about methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus or vancomycin-resistant Enterococcus or Clostridium difficile or so many other of those bad boys in the hospital. Your risk goes way, way up.
If I may ask, wouldn't hospitals, by and large, have protocols for cleaning and such so this kind of thing wouldn't happen?
I'm glad you asked that. The fact is, cleaning is inadequate. And I'll give you an example. Michael Perry, Dr. Michael Perry, who's head of infectious diseases at Stanford Hospital in Connecticut, and Philip Carlin from Boston, two really highly regarded epidemiologists, did a study of 1,100 hospital rooms from Washington through Trenton, Jersey City, New York, Stamford, Connecticut, New Haven, Providence to Boston, 1,100 hospital rooms in some of the premier institutions, and found that over half the surfaces in those rooms that are supposed to be cleaned when one patient is discharged and the next one is brought in, that's called terminal cleaning, those surfaces were overlooked by the cleaners. So, in fact, they found that the one surface, well, I'll give it to you this way. If you need to eat your lunch in a hospital room, the safest place to put your sandwich is on the toilet seat. They never overlook that. But other parts of the room, they often overlook. So there needs to be much more rigorous cleaning. They've developed ways to do that. For example, at Rush Medical College in Chicago, they use a kind of goo they put on every surface. It only appears with a fluorescent light, so they can go into a room after it's cleaned and identify the surfaces that were overlooked, and then work with the cleaners to make sure that they don't overlook those surfaces in the future. It's often true that cleaners want to do a good job, but they're hesitant to get too close to the patient, or they're worried about time. They're often rushed because hospitals want to turn these rooms over quickly. So we need to do much more thorough cleaning.
Then let me ask you about the organization, the committee that you founded. You're founder and chairman, but if I understand it correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have a medical background, so who do you depend on to come up with your information?
Oh, well, almost everyone on our board is a very, very recognized physician. We have Dr. Jeffrey Bohr, a premier cardiologist from New York Hospital, Dr. Jeffrey Moses from Columbia University Hospital, also a cardiologist. We have the premier back surgeon from Hospital for Special Surgery. We have Dr. Michael Perry from Stanford, who is part of the Columbia system. He's an epidemiologist and head of infection control. I could go on and on. We have a really strong roster of physicians who are closely involved in our efforts.
Betsy McCaughey joining us for this conversation. The Committee to Reduce Infection Deaths